For the kindred of Undercity, hunting seems easy and life seems cheap on the surface, particularly when the populace has a subtle psychic predisposition to forget grudges and return to a simpler existence. The problem comes, however, where the society is a collection of eyes and ears all watching out for one another. Hunting through force becomes hard in the cramped alleys when a passerby could literally bump into a feeding kindred at any moment, and nothing riles up a community beyond their normal apathy more than weird strangers violently stealing blood. To add to this, there are few animals in Undercity. True, the streets are rife with rats, but beyond this, animals are rare, with the exception of the farms and the pipes. Those few kindred in Undercity have to become cleverer than normal in how they hunt. This has led to those kindred that make themselves known to one another holding something akin to the masquerade. In essence, the kindred of Undercity understand that they are vulnerable and vastly outnumbered by the mortals, and that the unseen force that seems to hold dominion here doesn't particularly like them, so they do their best to keep their supernatural activities as low-key as possible. While there is no direct enforcement of this, if an individual kindred tips the balances too far, they can expect a heavy hand upon their shoulder one evening and a long fall from a high balcony shortly thereafter. While kindred are seemingly unaffected by the mental lulling of the populace, they are impacted in other ways. Whatever the presence is, it seems to take exception to kindred disrupting the way things work in the city, making it very difficult for them to establish the kinds of influences they would enjoy in the world. As a result, beyond becoming a business owner or establishing control over a small neighborhood, kindred find their control constantly slipping and circumstances shifting against them, forever keeping them humble. Undercity actively hampers attempts for kindred to rise in the ranks too high, and as such there is a natural cap to mid-tier levels in influence and status. Attempts to increase this further always fail, as the circumstances of whichever faction or group they are working on shift and change to prevent this. This manifests in directly impacting into kindred rising through the ranks and factions or exerting their control on the city. For example, at the point of promotion, another individual, perhaps someone entirely unknown, comes to the fore and swoops into the position. Irrespective of how much pressure and threats are levied against the neighborhood, there is only so far the people are prepared to bend. After pouring mountains of money and resources into the businesses on the middle market, the shopkeepers remain steadfast in only a certain level of flexibility on prices and assistance they are prepared to offer. Outside of feeding and influence, the danger the sun presents to kindred remains through the light tubes, albeit in a lesser sense. Below level 6, the light is too weak to cause damage itself during the day cycle, but it does impose a general lethargy limiting what kindred can do during this time. Every level above the 6th, the light becomes brighter and more intense during the day, causing more significant damage if exposed. To compound the other issues, the peculiar influence that the city has on its inhabitants causes an oddly specific cap on the kindred population. No more than a single representative of each clan is ever present in Undercity, and this, combined with the limit to kindred's ability to control the populace, makes the concept of sex essentially meaningless.